Guys, we are in Flip Club Birdie. So we are instructed to do to improve our Flappy Bird game, which is also called Flippy Bird. So in our number one statement, which is to randomize the gap between pipes, which is the vertical space, so that they no longer have coordinate pictures. So in Piper.lua, in the lower part of the we we had instantiated the lower pipe and set it to bottom and self y plus pipe height, which is equal to set by the pipe function, and also the gap height is set to 90. So in order for us to have a randomized output, so we also use um, gap random function in order for us to have use of randomized gap between the first two iterations of the game. So the next one is to randomize the interval at which pairs of pipes spawn, so such that they are no longer always 2 seconds apart. So the spawn time is being modified in the play state function, which is as seen here in place of that Lua, that local spawn time is here in. So if self timer the spawn time, then local y dot mat that we use mat times maximum pipe dot height plus 10 in also mat dot minimum, which is self dot last y plus mat dot random minus 20, which is the range of the mat dot random function, plus the virtual height minus 90 minus pipe height. So it will execute a result which is the pipe gaps aren't too far apart and no higher than 10 pixels below the top edge of the stream, and no lower than gap length of 90 pixels from the bottom. And also, as mentioned here, we have to if self timer then spawn time, then so we had to add a local spawn timer here, a local variable of spawn timer here, also here, to be used in the self timer function, which is needed to execute this type of results. So the next one in number 2 is to reset the time. So the spawn time is now set to random times 1.5 times 1.2, which is also triggers the reset timer in the whole process of the game. So the next one is when the player enters the score state, award them with a medal via an image. So here in score state the Lua, as you can see here, this is the system code of the project. So as we go to the code, the score state Lua, here we need to just add an if function, which is if sub-score is greater than 0, then if sub-score is less than 5, then medal is bronze, and else if score is less than 10, then medal is silver, and else if sub-score is less than 15, the medal is gold. So we have to incorporate this in the next state, which is the count, this will appear in the end of the video, in the end of the game, so that the player would know that the game was finished and he has the reward to have these kinds of rewards. Number 4, implement a pause feature. So to implement a pause feature, we need to go to the main.lua function and add a pause is equal to false. So the pause will only equal to true when it's either we die from the pipes, or we die from the from ground fall. So as we can see here, we need to just simply add T here. So in here, in love.t press, if we TT, it will pause. So we will not die or something like that. But we only added a pause function, but it's also applicable to the pause function on death animations and also the key function for pause function. So in here, it also applies in the stop and in the love.audio then stop. So it also applies to the audio part of the system. So if love.update is paused, then love.audio sounds music. If scrolling, then this. We incorporated conditional statements, and if pause is equal to true, it will stop. And another one is in the G-state machine, which is update.dt, and also the love keyboard.keys press will also connect to what happens to the game, which is needed for all the state functions to cooperatively stop the game. So another one here is mouse.press in bird.lua. So in mouse.press in bird.lua, so in mouse.press in Lua, we have to else if mouse is down 2, then self.dy is equal to 5, then sounds jump is equal to play here. But we didn't use the click, the left click, but we use space. And as you can see here, if we use space, the self.dy will go up, which is equated to -5, and also the sounds of jumping will play. So that is why we added it here, for it to know that when it jumps, it has to go up -5 ways up and play a jump sound. So that is it, everyone. This is our module 2 project. Thank you for listening.